Hello, my name is Miss Shakespeare, and I am currently the head of science at the Swan School, and I'm going to talk to you about taking A-level biology, which, in my opinion, is the best A-level to take. So why study biology? I'm sure if you're considering studying it, you probably enjoyed it at GCSE, and at A-level it is kind of builds on absolutely everything you've done and goes into so much greater depth. It's really, really exciting subject. It opens many doors for you. It means that you can go on to do a number of kind of courses at degree level, and it allows you into things like medicine, veterinary, dentistry, those kind of really popular things, but also loads of other subjects as well. In order to get into them, biology is a really versatile A level to have. It explains well, what's going on inside you, but also the world around you. And in particular, the AQA course that we do is really great because it kind of covers both the human side and the ecology side, which kind of suits everybody because you've got kind of a nice mix of things that you will be studying. It complements the other sciences and maths really, really well. And it, as I've said, kind of already, allows you to go on to various other kind of courses at university level. And the other thing about it, you may not know, you probably picked it up by now, all of the science subjects have practical endorsements to them now, and that is really helpful in terms of moving on to study science if you go on to university, just in terms of the skills that you would require to work in a lab. Right, what will you study? Now, I'm sure you've had a look at all of the information, so I'm not going to labour this too much, but just to say that in the kind of old system, the first four modules would be what we used to call the AS level, and then 5, 6, 7, and 8 are the kind of A2. You will study all of them because we don't offer the AS. So you would study all 8 of these things, and they kind of, as you might expect, get harder and harder and build upon each other as you go through. So biological molecules, just to give you an example, we'll look at things like protein, fat, carbohydrate, their structure. It's kind of very biochemistry based. Cells is fairly self-explanatory. Then you've got the kind of stuff about exchange within the body, but also with the environment, and DNA, protein synthesis, all of that. We would aim to finish that at the very latest, kind of pre-Easter in year 12, and that'll give us loads of time to then kind of go on and do the slightly harder content, to spend a bit more time on that and make sure that you've got the skills that you require as we move through. Why study here in particular? Well, as you know, we are brand new, and we have absolute state-of-the-art science facilities. We have an incredible super science lab, along with all sorts of other different labs that you'll be working in, and A-level study rooms. It is phenomenal, really. You will be the first ever group of students to study with us, and that will be absolutely amazing to be part of the kind of founding group. In terms of my experience, and the experience of the team around me, we've got some absolutely excellent expertise in the department. I used to lead a big biology department in another school nearby, which does very, very well. And so I can bring all of that expertise with me to teach you guys and impart all that knowledge. I've been teaching now for about 13 years, and I have taught this course. It changed once in the time that I've been teaching it, but I have taught it probably about 40 times, 40 different classes. So I'm very, very aware of how it all works and how to get you the best you possibly can out of it. There are smaller classes and more lessons than in some of the other schools. We work very closely with the other science subjects, so physics and chemistry, very cohesive. We have a very SWAN method. We focus very much on making sure that the knowledge is embedded really, really carefully, and that there's plenty of time to practice that knowledge. Oh yes, lastly, we have lots of strong links with both Oxford University and others. We have a nice cohort of year 7s and 8s at the moment, who have lots of really keen parents who are really who work in all sorts of different universities and all sorts of science fields, who are really keen to come in and talk to you as we move through the course. So that's really, really exciting, and I hope that you will come and study biology with us at the Swan. Hope to see you on the open evening and then maybe next September.